Hello and welcome, Rush Week families, to the all-new Rush Week Rally Simulcast. We're so excited that your student is going to be a part of a brand new Rush Week experience in Colorado Springs, Colorado. God has been doing some incredible things, and we look forward to sharing them with you here through this Simulcast. Tonight, you are going to get to hear about our location, missions and ministry, the fun Colorado adventures we have, all the details about travel and safeguarding, as well as an updated what to bring list and how you're going to get your luggage to Colorado, as well as when you're checking in at your campus. We are so excited that your student's going to be a part. Giancarlo is going to take it away and let you know about where we're going.
What's up, everyone? This is Giancarlo Callejas, the Student and Mobilization Minister at the downtown campus. I am so excited about our upcoming destination, both where we're going and where we'll be staying. For over 2 years now, Colorado Springs has been on our hearts. We felt that God was calling us to serve this city. And even though it's home to the focus on the family and the navigators, Colorado Springs is still a very lost community. So we're expectant. We're ready to see God move in a powerful way through our students. And as we serve the city and partner with local ministries, we'll be just staying north of Colorado Springs proper at a place called Ponderosa Retreat. Ponderosa Retreat has over 650 acres of land, including 2 mountains. So in the morning, you'll be able to have a beautiful view as you get your day started. There are bunks, cabins, and camp-style activities like arrow tag, zip lines, ropes courses, hiking, and so much more. All of our students will be staying in cabins similar to Camp Rush, with at least 2 safeguarded adults in each one, because we like doing ministry in a safe way. The camp will provide meals every day, and they're able to accommodate all major food sensitivities. So don't worry, we got you. And here's the best part. We'll have the entire retreat space to ourselves for the week. And as we're there, we'll have worship sessions, Bible studies, and small groups, similar to a traditional summer camp. And now, when it comes to ministry and missions, we partner with Pikes Peak Baptist Association to help us build our local ministry connections. And then Tony will be jumping in to share more details on that. Thank you.
Thanks, Giancarlo. Rush Week and missions is what makes Rush Week so unique. Not only do we get to take 250 plus students and leaders to camp this summer, but we get to take them on mission. This year, I'm excited to announce that we're going to be partnering with 8 different local ministry sites and partners in the Colorado Springs area. God has done some incredible things in the history of Rush Week through these relationships and these partnerships, and we look forward to what God's going to do this year in our brand new location. Each location has a goal to allow students to begin to uniquely see their spiritual gifts that the Lord has given them. And so there's a variety of ministry that's going to happen at each and every site. Students are going to be serving with landscaping and some manual labor, maybe some painting, some outreach into the local homes. We've also got outreach and evangelism, bringing awareness to the community of where and who this church is and what they're doing in their community, as well as working with kids and the next generation, bringing them in and connecting to their families to show them that a church is there who loves Jesus. It is our goal for our students to leave Rush Week understanding where they have been gifted spiritually so that they can live a life on mission. Each day, your students are going to get the opportunity to partner with these churches for half of each of those days. That's right. So in the mornings, they're going to go to that ministry site and they're going to partner in so many different ways. It's going to be incredible to hear the stories after the week is over. And then the other half of the day, our students are going to be partnering and getting to do all of the fun elements that Colorado gets to bring. I'm excited that each of these ministry partners that we have developed in Colorado is being led by a volunteer here in Houston who has served Rush Week for years after years. And each and every one of those ministry site coordinators from our Rush Week last year in Panama City is returning this year to go to Colorado Springs. Some of these churches and some of these experiences are as the following. I want to tell you where we're serving and some of our partners. The first one, Gracia y Verdad, which is where our downtown campus and some of our Loop campus students are going to be going with Marvin McNeese. Pikes Peak Park Baptist is where Mike Siles is going to be for some of our Cypress students. Garden Ranch Baptist with Mike Jones and our Loop campus students. Endeavor Church with Craig Hester, as part of our Loop campus, is going to be serving there. Cross Fellowship Palmer Park is where Adam Dunlap and some of our Cypress students are going to be. Anchor Way is where Bob Redwick and some of our Loop campus students are going to be. Souls Church in Manitou Springs, just outside of Colorado Springs proper, is where Bo Parker and some of our Cypress students will be serving. And then Anchor Point for our Siena campus with Chris Leday. We're so excited that God is going to be doing some incredible and unique things that we could never do in Florida that we now get the opportunity to do in Colorado. We're excited about the ministry, but that's only half the day. The rest of the day is a lot of fun. Jacob, tell us about some of the Colorado fun we get to experience.
Hey, thanks, Tony. We are here in Colorado Springs at Garden of the Gods. Man, Ponderosa this week's been great, staying there, talking with ministry partners. Tony, you just did a great job explaining what ministry will be done in Colorado Springs, and we are so expectant for what the Lord is doing. Students, the Ponderosa has so much to offer. High ropes courses, challenging walls, zip lines, all the things you could think about, mini golf, aero tag, we got it. Ponderosa is awesome. It's great. There's so many mountains that we can get to climb on hikes, and you are going to have a blast. Monday, get this, we are all coming to Garden of the Gods. It's going to be an incredible time. We're going to come, we're going to hike, we're going to see amazing views. It's a little bit rainy here today, but it is not going to rain when we are here in just a few short weeks. Also, to note, Thursday of the trip, we have an experience just for our students. Freshmen and sophomores, y'all are going to the top of Pikes Peak 14,000 feet, and y'all are going by cog railway train. It's going to be an incredible time for all of you freshmen and sophomores to see the top of Pikes Peak. Y'all may even see snow while y'all are up there. And then for our juniors and seniors, we are going whitewater rafting. That's right, Noah's Ark Company here in Colorado Springs takes groups whitewater rafting, and that is just for you, juniors and seniors. It's going to be a great time. That's Thursday of our trip. It's going to be an experience that we are so pumped up about. Also, back to the Ponderosa. I have some exciting news for you. So Roger Cullens, worship pastor at our Cypress campus, his brother Chris Cullens is coming to lead worship with him and his band. It's going to be an incredible time. And now I'm going to send it over to Tommy to tell us how we're going to get to Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Well, hey, Rush Week, we are so excited. Can you believe that we are flying from Houston to Denver? We're going to be flying over 315 of you from Houston to Denver. And there's a lot of moving pieces that are going to be going on. But what we need from you is just to understand that we have to be flexible. And we can just say, thank goodness that we are not taking a bus. And so we want you to be in the know of how we're going to get you to Rush Week. And the way it's going to work is when you show up to your campus at whatever time your student minister tells you, whatever time you show up, you are going to be put into small groups. And those small groups are going to travel, you're going to travel from Houston to Denver in these small groups. So you're going to have about 5 or 6 people in your small group plus 1 adult. And instead of 50 adults trying to figure out how to get 250 students through the airport, we're going to have 1 adult figure out how to get 5 of you through the airport. So we're going to try and make it as easy as possible. And so you are going to check in at your campus, and then you are going to travel via charter buses to the airport. And when you get through the airport, you are going to be in your groups. You are going to be in your groups the entire time through security, through check-in, all the way to when you get on that airplane. And even when you get into Denver, your adult is going to lead you through all the way to how we are going to get to our 15-passenger vans. And those 15-passenger vans are what are going to get you from the Denver airport all the way to Colorado Springs to Ponderosa Camp. And it's going to be the smoothest ride you've ever been a part of. And we want you to know that we have put a lot of thought into how we are getting there. And the biggest thing that you can do to help us is just to pay attention and to follow your leaders' instructions. Don't go off to where you shouldn't be. Don't do anything you shouldn't do. Just follow your leaders' instructions, and we're going to make sure that we get you to Denver and Colorado Springs safe and sound. And these vans are what we're going to be using throughout the week. You and another group are going to team up, and you are going to travel to your work sites in these vans. You're going to travel to our fun activities in these vans, and these vans are going to be your little home for the week. And so we might have a few hiccups along the way, but you can just say, thank goodness we're not driving. So that is kind of how we are getting to Denver, how we're getting to Colorado Springs. One thing that I want to briefly mention, and you are going to get emails about this, you're going to hear these instructions while we're at camp. I want to talk briefly about safeguarding. Safeguarding is what we do as a church to make sure you stay safe. And so it's important that you follow these rules. In fact, our safeguarding director, who works full-time at Houston's First, came out to Colorado Springs to just make sure everything looked fine, make sure we were good to go for the week. And we think that we're going to have a really great, safe week. And so there are a few rules that we want to share at this rally very briefly that you're going to hear again. The first one is this: 1 kid, 1 bunk. 1 kid, 1 bunk. You are never sharing a bunk with anybody. We're going to be in bunk beds while we're at Ponderosa Camp, and 98% of us will be in bunk beds, and maybe 2% of us will be on air mattresses that we provide for you. And so that is just how we are able to make sure that everyone stays in an individual bed. Then the other thing that we want you to remember is that when we ask you and we say, hey, it's time to go to bed, this is the curfew time, it is expected that you stay in the room until we wake up. You're not sneaking out. You're not doing any of that. You are staying in your cabin during curfew time. That is how we make sure you stay safe. Out in Colorado, there's wildlife. And so the last time we were there in March, we saw a bear. We saw multiple animals. And that also, staying in your room during curfew helps make sure you stay safe in general. So please, please, please stay in your room during curfew. Medications, be sure that if you have medications, you fill out the proper forms. And not only do you fill out the proper forms, but that you have the original bottle of medication. TSA doesn't like unprescribed medications just in little baggies. Can you believe it? So we need to make sure that you have the original bottle of your prescription in baggies so that we can administer those correctly to you. And then the last thing is phones. Cell phones on Rush Week, it's going to look a little different than it's looked in the past. We want to make sure that we create a safe environment for you, and that includes outside threats, outside things that may come on a cell phone that we don't want in your line of sight. And so we are going to allow you to have cell phones up until you get to the camp. So you're going to be allowed to have the cell phone on the flight. You're going to be allowed to have the cell phone on the bus to the airport. That will be allowed. And it's a way for us to be able to communicate to you while we're at the airport. But after that, once we get to Colorado Springs, we are going to take your phones. We're going to put them in a little Ziploc baggie. We're going to put your name on it, and we are going to lock it away and make sure that it stays safe. And then you are going to get your phone back before we get in our vans to go back to the airport. And so we think that this is the best way to be able to just limit cell phone usage, limit distractions, and limit anything external. And if you have any questions about that, feel free to ask your student minister. And most importantly, when it comes to safeguarding, the biggest thing is to let us know if there is anything we can do for you. It's really hard to help when we find out about a problem or an issue 2 or 3 weeks later. And so we want you to have the best time at Rush Week. Now I want to kick it over to Mark and Sienna, and he's going to talk about what it is that we are going to pack and how it's going to get there.
Thanks, Tommy. My name is Mark. I'm here in Siena. I'm the student minister here at Siena campus, and excited to share a little bit about our what to bring list for Rush Week. So if you've got your travel packet, I'll be going over what to bring and what not to bring, just kind of hitting some highlights. Now, as you're packing, make sure that you're packing for Colorado Springs weather, not Houston or Panama City weather, because it's going to be much cooler. It's likely that you might even wear a hoodie at night. I know that's crazy, but it's going to be cooler. So check the weather as you're packing. Juniors and seniors, we want to invite you especially to pack a modest swimsuit for a special activity that you're going to go on. So make sure that you have that. Freshmen and sophomores, you don't have to worry about that. But juniors and seniors, make sure that you pack a modest swimsuit. You're going to want to make sure to bring a bath towel for showering and things like that. You're going to want to make sure to bring your toiletries. Remember, this is a mission trip. We're going to be working hard. You're going to want to plan enough clothes to maybe work in and get dirty in, but also just whatever you want to wear at night at worship. You're definitely going to want to pack some closed-toed shoes. Remember, we're going to be in the mountains in Colorado Springs. And so pack some closed-toed shoes. This is not the trip to only bring flip-flops or Crocs. We're going to want to bring some tennis shoes, maybe some hiking boots, something that we can work in. As far as spending money goes, $30 to $50 would probably be enough. There's a snack shack. There's a snack shack there at the camp that they can buy coffee and things like that. And then there's also going to be in the airport, so if they want to grab something there. So $30 to $50 should be plenty. Maybe the most important thing that I could share with you is that this year your suitcase is not traveling with you. More on that later. The thing that is traveling with you is a backpack and a pillow if you want, okay? Nothing more. You're not bringing a carry-on. You're not bringing a suitcase. All of that is going to be on a box truck. I'll share a little bit about that later. But your backpack and your pillow are all that are traveling with you. On Wednesday, June 18th, you are going to drop off your luggage and your bedroll at any of our campuses. So my guess is if you live in Siena, it'd be easiest for you to drop off in Siena. If you live in Cypress, and so on and so forth. But if you live close to a campus that you don't attend, any campus will work. On June 18th from 5 to 8 p.m., you can drop your suitcase and your bedroll. And might I just say this? This is not a request or an option. This is what you should do. This is what we will do. This is how we're going to get all of our luggage. Someone is going to drive that box truck all the way to Colorado Springs so that we don't have to mess with that in the airport. Huge gift to us. Thankful for those drivers. But on June 18th, you're going to drop your luggage off and your bedroll at any campus. So when you arrive on Wednesday, June 18th to drop off your luggage and your bedroll, we will tag it with a specific campus tag so that we'll group all of that stuff so that when we get to Colorado Springs, we can pick that up and get off to the races. So that'll be very easy. So when you drop that off, make sure that that gets correctly labeled for your campus. Now on Saturday, June 21st, when we're leaving for Rush Week, you're gonna go to your campus where you're gonna load a bus and we're all gonna ride to the airport together, which is so much better than all of us scrambling at the airport at different times. So you'll go to your campus, get on a charter bus and head to the airport, and then we're off to the races. On the 27th, when we return, the same thing will happen in reverse. We will fly back in to the airport, and then we will load buses, and then those buses will drop us off at the campus that you're from. So drop off and pickup will be at your campus. Now, in the same way that we flew with only a backpack and a pillow, we're going to do the same thing when we come back, which means when we leave Colorado Springs to come home, we're going to load all our luggage on that box truck again, and that box truck is going to make its way all the way back down to Texas. And so you're going to be able to pick up your luggage and your bedroll and all that on Sunday, June 29th, right after church is over. Now, if for some reason you can't drop your luggage and bedroll off on Wednesday, June 18th, because maybe you're out of town or something, you can coordinate with the student ministry team at your campus to drop off early, and they will make sure that the luggage and the bedroll gets on that box truck. Now, I just hit the highlights, so make sure to read the whole what to bring list so that you have no questions. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask your student ministry staff at your campus. All right, that's it for my section. Tony's going to wrap things up. We are so excited about Rush Week.
As you can tell, there are a lot of details and a lot of things that come into making a week like Rush Week possible. Thank you for following along. Thank you for making it this far. We could not be more excited what God is going to do at Rush Week this summer for your student. As you are getting yourself ready, please make sure you look in your email, as there will be an email that will have our full what to bring list. It'll also have your check-in time and your flight group. This is very important depending on your campus. Your check-in time, as you heard, will be either earlier or later than another. So be sure to check your email and let us know. We are ready for Rush Week. I would invite you to begin praying now to join in on what God is already in the works doing so that you can see him do even more through Rush Week this year. If you have any questions, please reach out to your campus student ministry, and they would love to answer anything that you have after you've completed this video. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing your student in Colorado.